What is up, peasants? My name is JB, and we are back here today for week 7 of the BBL. This week we are taking on the Flying Bird, coach of the New South Wailmers. Go check him out, as well as all the other coaches down in the description below. Let's go ahead and get into the squad that he has. He has a Tapu Koko, Zygarde 50% with Z moves, Hawlucha, Volcarona with Z moves, Alolan Muck. You guys don't need to be seeing my sets yet. Alolan Muck, Shaman, Vullaby, Gothorita, Lapras, Kangaskhan, Palossand, and the Mega Metagross. So this man has Koko Lucha, plus Zygarde, plus Mega Metagross. How did this happen? Yeah, an incredibly potent offensive team, as you can see. The main threats, of course, being Koko Lucha, just stupidly annoying to play against. Everyone knows what Koko Lucha does. Muck is a pain in the ass as well. Just a super bulky mon, can curse, recycle, do all that sort of shenanigans. Volcarona can quiver dance and just win games, even though, you know, it is quad weak to rocks. That could sometimes doesn't affect it, especially if you play your opponent's hazards well. Zygarde, another mon that can just click setup and win a game. Shaman can be decently fat, good ground resist. Same with Vullaby. I mean, it's a Vullaby. Gothorita can trap things. It can be super annoying if he's able to make that work. If he like toxic stalls something like toxic recovery, I think it gets recovery. I'm not really sure. That could be annoying. Lapras is a good water immunity, so that's nice to have against a team with a Palkia. Could definitely see that coming. Kangaskhan could be a decent cleric for this sort of team, but otherwise, you know, it can click fake out. It can hit decently hard. It's a Gen 1 normal type, so it has a pretty deep move pool. Palossand, you guys know I love myself some Palossand. That's a good rocker, decently fat, has a water immunity, so that's water, not immunity, but water compaction is a thing that exists. And then Mega Metagross is a damn Mega Metagross. It can also just sort of win games by itself. So that is the squad that he has, and let's go ahead and get into the team that I am bringing. I'll pop that back up if I need it at any point. So first off, we have Bubbles, our Palkia. With choice specs, we have Earth Power, Ice Beam, Spatial Rend, and Surf. Timid Nature, just max to speed tie with the Shaman. Didn't really want that thing to outspeed me, so I just decided to speed tie with it. I can get an Ice Beam off on it. Basically, his team is very susceptible to ground spam, as his only two resists are Shaman and Vullaby, both of which die to an Ice Beam. Well, Vullaby might not. I'm not really sure. Based on like EV damage, I didn't really calc that. I just sort of assumed it would die because it's a Vullaby. It's definitely 2-hit KO'd by specs Ice Beam from a fucking Palkia though, so I don't really have to. Not really too worried about that, to be honest. But other than that, yeah, his team is just very, very weak to Ice plus ground. Same with Hawlucha. It's also a ground immunity, but it dies to Ice Beam because it's a Hawlucha. Anyway, that's that. Next up, we have Shitty Kitty, the Alolan Persian, with Darkinium Z, that was their Foul Play, Power Gem, Knockoff, and Parting Shot. This is basically one of my main checks to Mega Metagross. As Fur Coat exists, I can, you know, I'm immune to one of its stabs, and then I can sort of take Meteor Mashes relatively well with Max HP and Fur Coat. Foul Play is going to do a lot back. And other than that, we have Z Parting Shot to basically heal up either Bubbles or Mega Glade or whatever. And then we have Power Gem as a way to hit the Volcarona. We have Speed for the Mega Metagross. And something worth noting is if he is Adamant Hawlucha, we should also outspeed that. Not really sure if he would be that, but that is something we'll also outspeed. Next up, we have Rotom-Heat with a Sugar-Berry that moves our Will-O-Wisp, Pain Split, Overheat, and Volt Switch. This is another fairly good Mega Metagross check, as we are, again, resisting the Steel Stab. So we have two pretty decent switch-ins to Mega Metagross's Dual Stab. The only real thing that Mega Metagross gets that can deal with Rotom is, of course, you know, just Headbutt doing a ton of damage, as well as Stone Edge. I believe it gets Stone Edge, but it's Stone Edge who's gonna hit. We have Sugar-Berry, of course, because he does have a Zygarde, and 1000 Arrow Spam is annoying, so we can Willow that. But other than that, we have, you know, Overheat, Volt Switch, and Pain Split just to, you know, do Rotom things. The 116 speed allows us to, I believe, speed creep uninvested base 100. I'm pretty sure. We have speed for uninvested Shaman, in case he wants to be like a super defensive Shaman. I'm pretty sure that's what I went for. Yeah, we have speed for uninvested Shaman in case he wants to be no speed and is super bulky. That could be nice to just get an overheat off on that, fast overheat off on that, or even a fast volt switch or whatever. Next up, we have Brain. Oh boy, Brain. With Sticky Bar, moves our Foul Play, Psychic, Trick, and U-Turn. So basically, the idea here is, if you couldn't tell, We are finally bringing the Sticky Barb tech against Coco Lucha. For those of you who don't know, Sticky Barb is an item that will damage you if you keep it, but after making contact with it, the Pokemon that attacks you will take on the Sticky Barb. So, say Hawlucha pops this Unburden, I can go hard into Brain, and he clicks Acrobatics or whatever, he's going to have a Sticky Barb, Unburden neutralize, and then I have Psychic to sort of deal with it from there. U-turn for momentum, and then Foul Play again just to sort of help a Mega Metagross or Zygarde or whatever he decides he wants to set up with. I have Trick just in case I get like basically if I get the Sticky Barb off of me, and it works, like just say the tech works with Hawlucha and something like, I don't know, Shaman or whatever has a leftovers, I'm like, or even I just decided to trick the Eviolite off of Volibee, I'm like, you don't need that item, let me just take that from you. Basically, that's just, I thought it'd be sort of fun to just play around with that. Next up, we have Ray Romano, the Mamoswine, with Rainbow Berry, the moves are Stealth Rock, Earthquake, Ice Shard, and Icicle Crash. Very self-explanatory set. We have HP for, or we have speed rather, again for uninvested base 100s, and we also have it's our main rocker. We didn't really have rocks, so I didn't want to put it on Brain because Brain had Brain's got some work to do. He's got to check the damn Hawlucha. So Rock's duty filled to Mamoswine this week. We have Rainbow Berry on it for Grass Knot Coco, so we can take the Grass Knot and kill Coco with an Earthquake. That's basically the idea there. We can also take a Seed Fight from Shaman and kill with Icicle Crash if need be. And then last, but certainly not least, we have Not a Phase, the Mega Glade, with the moves Earthquake, Ice Punch, Drain Punch, and Knockoff. Again, just 4 attacks Mega Glade with speed to speed tie with Mega Metagross. Really, that's basically all we have going on there. So instead of doing a cut to the video, or cut to the game, I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of live editing and just switch on over to the 3DS full screen tab over here. Wow, would you look at that? Again, I just don't feel like editing. I'm going to be honest, I just kind of don't want to, because like I'm sick and allergies and stuff are a bitch. I do want to give you guys like a shout out for making it through my 2 videos that went up yesterday. I feel a little bit better today, but like I'm not coughing as much today, but I still feel like crap. I'm still sniffling. I'm sniffling more, but I'm not coughing as much. But let's go ahead and get on into the battle. You can see the 60 ended up bringing with the Coco, the Lucha, the Mega Metagross, the Muck, the Zygarde 50, and the Volibee. Sorry, I have my window open, which probably doesn't help with my allergies, but it feels good outside and I like to breeze. So I'm going to go ahead and lead off with my Shitty Kitty, as I just kind of want to see what he's going to leave with. That's a decent matchup versus everything. I can just sort of parting shot around if I want to. The only thing I'm really scared of is Coco, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go for the good old Shitty Kitty lead. Go check out Bird as well as all the other coaches in the description, like I said, and good lunch, have fries. So, like I said, going to be leading off with the Alolan Persian here, as he leads off with the Hawlucha, as you can see. So, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, okay, you lead Hawlucha, you have a Coco on your team, you're not Electric Seed, you're going to go for Power of Sky Attack. So what I decide to do is be a lunatic and knock off the Unburdened Mon. So I knock off the Electric Seed as he goes for U-turn. Alright, that's a play you can make, I guess. You can see U-turn does a decent amount of damage, but Unburdened neutralized. So what I wanted to do was I was predicting the Power of Sky Attack, so I just wanted to knock off just for the hell of it, basically. Because I didn't want to switch Brain in on that, and then I wanted to go hard Brain after on like the whatever move he went for. Or, like I was sort of predicting Swords Dance, but it's like if you lead with this, you're probably Power of Sky Attack, you're probably gonna go for Swords Dance this turn. So I'm gonna knock off your item and then go hard Brain and get the Sticky Barb that way. But he just U-turned out, so start neutralized. So I can go into Brain now as he goes Coco, and he can just click U-turn again. And you can see that I did a ton with Life Orb, and that pretty much told me he was physical Coco because you know, just normal, you know, just Coco with the thing. Just Coco regularly, like, special attacking Coco with U-turn. Like, uninvested, physically, uninvested U-turn did not do that much, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, he's going to go for the freaking Outrage and just drop my poor Brain. But Brain, you know, wasn't really needed after the knockoff play turn 1 and Hawlucha not being able to release Unburden. So I can bring in Ray Romano now. And again, he pretty much showed me he was physical Coco, so I'm assuming he doesn't have Grass Knot, and I sort of have a couple of outs for that either way. So I can just go for Icicle Crash here to get rid of the Zygarde, so that's always great. Mamoswine doing his thing. You know, he just comes, he picks up a kill, and he dies. It's sort of what Mamoswine has been doing for me. And, you know, it works. I'm not complaining. So, he's going to go into Mega Metagross. I feel like I can, you know, still do some things with the boy in the back. I still have Ice Shard. So, if I need to Ice Shard some things, I can Ice Shard. So, I decided to go into Rotom-Heat. As he is going to Mega Evolve with the Mega Metagross and look all menacing and stuff and like a X-Man. And he's going to go for BP on my Rotom-Heat. And you can see that does literally less than 10 damage. Shout out to Rotom for existing. You're the real MVP. So I can fire off a Will-O-Wisp here if he wants to stay in. He goes for his Zen Headbutt. If he doesn't flinch me and I hit the Willow, this could be a humongous turn. You can see that doesn't do a ton of damage. It probably 2-hit KO from that range. But he does not flinch. I'm able to get a Willow off. And the Metagross has been burned. That is humongous. That is great. That is the best case scenario for that turn. So he's going to go for another Zen Headbutt, which you can see will still do a respectable amount of damage even burned. So I'm going to go for a Pain Split. Get some of that HP back up to half. That's all nice and dandy. So he's still being burned and stuff, which sucks for him. But he's gonna go for yet another Zen. Hopefully he doesn't flinch me. I believe I just click Overheat this turn to finally finish off the Mega Metagross, put it out of its misery, if you will. So down goes the Mega Metagross, which is great. Getting rid of a Mega Metagross is always a good thing. So here he's gonna go back into the Hawlucha, which is fine. I'm a Rotom-Heat, I'm max HP, max defense, so basically. So, he's going to go for High Jump Kick, and unfortunately miss, which really is unfortunate for my opponent, but I was basically sacking off my Rotom anyway. I didn't need it at this point, so I can just, go for a Willow if he wanted to SD, if he wanted to do whatever. If he wanted to miss High Jump Kick like he unfortunately did, I was fine with the outcome either way. So he's going to go for High Jump Kick again, and he will not kill my Rotom for this range because Rotom is actually a dickhead. So I can get a Volt Switch off, and Rotom's going to pick up another one. Even at -2 from that range, it does finish off the Hawlucha. So that is a very nice indeed. So I can bring in Mamoswine now, and he's at like 28 HP, so I can just get off an Ice Shard against whatever. It was pretty much safe against most things because I can just do whatever I needed to do there. So I go for an Icicle Crash against the Volibee. As he brings it in, I decided to outspeed it. I'm like, I'll outspeed the Volibee. I'm just going to click Icicle Crash, see how much it does. You can see it does basically half-ish. And it turns out he is, of course, weak armor Volibee because, why not? And he can just go for a Brave Bird, which will, of course, finish off Mamoswine from the range it is at. And poor Mamoswine is going to go down. But hey, Volibee kill. That's awesome. Respect. Yeah, that was really unfortunate there. So I can bring in Shitty Kitty. Shitty Kitty does not really care about any of the things that this thing wants to do. He's gonna go for a Toxic, which is annoying, but I mean, hey, I'm a Shitty Kitty. Do I really care? I'm not sure. So I am unfortunately poisoned. I could pop a Z move. I decided to Z Parting Shot into what? Oh, I decided to Z Parting Shot into Rotom because he still has the Zygarde left and the Coco left. He still has Coco left for sure. I'm not sure what else he brought. I don't think about Zygarde. I don't remember. But he still has the Coco left, and Rotom can take on that thing rather well. And I just, Rotom, your time's not done yet, pal. You still got work to do. So I'm gonna Z Parting Shot into that guy. He's gonna get a nice little, I don't know, spotlight. Lights, please. What am I doing? But I am going to, of course, heal up my Rotom as he goes for another Toxic on the poor Rotom. So he's got a couple things Toxic, which is super annoying, but I can Volt Switch on out and just, finish off the Volibee. Volibee did some things. It got a kill. Toxic a couple months. Respect. That's a Volibee, man. You don't see Volibee do things every day. That's pretty cool. Shout out to Volibee. So I can bring Shitty Kitty back in here as, it's Toxic. It's still fast. It can Parting Shot on things. It can do whatever the Shitty Kitty needs to do. So he's going to bring in Tapu Koko. And basically, I do die to a Dazzling Gleam from this range, but I kind of want to knock off just to get rid of his Life Orb so I can take hits from the rest of my team better. So I decided to just stay in and click Knock Off, and it turns out I'm faster. So I guess he wasn't running Max Speed Koko. I'm not really sure. But I do get rid of the thing's Life Orb as he goes for a U-turn on out, which, is a thing. You can see it does a ton of damage, even after the Life Orb being knocked off, because it's a Koko for crying out loud. So I can bring in the Muck. Muck was the last thing he had. He didn't bring Zygarde. My bad. Oh, no, he did bring Zygarde. I killed Zygarde already. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. But I can go for Knockoff here. Just getting rid of this thing's potential Assault Vest, which you can see it did end up being Assault Vest, so that's always nice to get rid of that. And you go for a Poison Jab, which will finish off my Shitty Kitty, but it more than did its job. It knocked off a couple items, it healed up the Rotom. Great job, Shitty Kitty, providing the team support that you actually drafted to do, which, you know, it doesn't happen all the time. So I decided to go into Not a Phase, as it was basically the same speed tier as my Shitty Kitty. So I was hoping that I could just outspeed Coco with that as well. So I decided to just go ahead and Mega Evolve and click a nice Fat Earthquake. He would have to be like Bold Max to have a chance to live this, so I can get the Earthquake off. After the knockoff damage, you will see that it is enough to kill the Muck, which is great. Down goes that thing. Muck is super annoying. Thankfully it wasn't Curse Recycle, because that could have been even more annoying, but hey, we take this. So all he has left is the Coco. Again, I was the same speed, basically the same speed tier on this as I was on Shitty Kitty. And I guess it was a speed tie with Shitty Kitty, because he does outspeed my Mega Gallade, and he just goes for a Brave Bird, which will, of course, destroy my poor emo boy. Feels bad, man. But yeah, he's sitting at around half HP, and I can just go into bubbles. I don't die to a Dazzling Gleam if he's mixed. The only way he kills me is with like a Wild Charge terrain boosted crit, so which he very well could do. So this game is definitely not over, but he can go for the Wild Charge. You can see that does not kill. With Life Orb, it might have. I'm not really sure. So maybe that knockoff play was humongous. I don't really know the exact roll. But either way, I can get the Earth Power off. It doesn't miss, and because it's a 100% accurate move. And yeah, I can go ahead and pick up a nice 2-0 win over the Flying Bird. He did a good job bringing that back after the high jump kick miss, because yeah, he did a great job of just bringing that game back as much as he could. So shout out to him for that. Definitely we should go check him out in the description, as well as all the other BBL coaches. Next week we play Sparks, and that should be a fun game. We're on a bit of a winning streak right now, and I would love to keep that going. So hopefully we can. And again, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all in the next one. Peace.